Moving the camera back again. Okay. Good afternoon and welcome to my daily Facebook Live. My name is Barry Selby. This is my daily broadcast on Facebook Live number 177. Before I get started, my introduction, my name is Barry Selby. I am a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert. I am also a passionate champion of the divine feminine, helping women find balance in love, life, and business. And today's topic is a hot one. I posted something maybe an hour ago, and it's already generated a lot of buzz, a lot of response, and I know I need to talk about this. It's been on my mind for a while. Right now, I don't have my nail painted because I'm actually letting it grow back out again because nail polish isn't good for your fingernails, I found out. Something new I discovered as a man, not knowing this before. Anyway, abuse, let's be blunt, is a topic in the news a lot today with the hashtag metoo, but it's more than that. It's actually something I've talked about before several times, and I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay, I trust it'll be fine. Here's the thing. Sexual abuse happens. Unfortunately, it does, and unfortunately it's happening way too much. The numbers I've seen recently is about 1 in 5 boys. Actually, the numbers I've seen recently is 1 in 4 boys, 2 in 5 girls are sexually abused by the time they're 10 worldwide. In the United States, I just posted a meme earlier today, not that long ago in fact, about over 50%, something like 65% of women surveyed in the United States have been sexually harassed on the street, and it's something like 1 in 4 women will be sexually abused sometime in their lifetime. That is beyond deplorable. That is absolutely horrendous. And being a man speaking this conversation, I want to be very clear about this. I feel we should get more men in the conversation, but more importantly, we need to have women be in leadership. And I'll get back to that at the end, but I'm going to drop the hint now. So let me speak to a couple of the points when we get some topic. And this is going to be like a nice Saturday light conversation. It didn't come out that way, because that's what's on the topic, that's what's on deck right now. Let me bring it back to another piece. So, happy Thanksgiving for 2 days ago. For many people in my audience, and for many people out in the world, in the United States, since Thanksgiving is a United States event, going home for Thanksgiving is one of the most challenging times of the year. Challenging how? Because for many people who've been through particularly those who've been through sexual abuse, it happened with a family member. And going back to family at Thanksgiving, which is the big one time a year when they do that, is going into the family home, having been away for 10, 20 years for Thanksgiving, can bring up all the stuff they had as a child. Now again, I'm speaking to they, not you, because you may not have experienced this. But you may know somebody who has, and maybe it is you who have been through this, where your experience of going home to the family at Thanksgiving is a painful one because the memories are still there, and you're actually walking around feeling very unsafe and trying to protect yourself because you just don't want to be attacked again. I feel you. I've got clients I'm helping through that healing because of this journey. So this has been very much in my mind and awareness. I spoke about this before Thanksgiving, and so now post-Thanksgiving, people are coming home for Thanksgiving, and hopefully they're starting to realize there's a possibility they can change it. Because if you went through that 2 days ago, where you had that fear, doubt, worry, lack of safety at home, there's 2 things that I want to speak to you about. One is that you can change it, not only just for yourself, but for future generations. Secondly, it's about time you did, to be blunt. If you're an adult going back home for Thanksgiving, you still haven't had a chance to heal and resolve this. Your wounding is holding you back from living life fully. It's also impacting every single relationship you get into. Yeah, I'm not going to pull any punches today. This is up for me to talk about, so I'm just going to be blunt about it. In my, I think I mentioned in my title, the sexual abuse is hereditary. That's true. The reason I say that is because we learn as kids, when we're very young, up to the age of 7 or so, how love is expressed by watching our parents, by watching the adults around us. So if you were abused as a child, you probably have an association between love and abuse if it came from a parent or an older relative, because that was the way that you thought love was being expressed. Now, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It sounds totally logical, and many of you are going to go, no, it's not true. Trust me. Whatever way that your parents, the adults, express love to you as a child is tend to be the way you take it on. And then when you're an adult, you pass it on to the people you're in a relationship with. So if you were abused as a child, sexually or emotionally or mentally or physically, it's quite likely that you'll either seek out a partner who will do that to you, or you'll seek out a partner you can do that to. The odds are very high that that would happen. So I want to make sure you get this point clear, because it's not something that I'm talking about. It's pretty. This is the truth. I hope you get this. So what you can do about it, if you're one of those people in that situation, is to change the story, to change your pathway, because that generational pattern, because here's one thing, by the way, if you were sexually abused or emotionally abused or mentally abused, whatever abuse when you were a child, it's quite likely that one or both of your parents had that experience when they were children. Again, pattern is hereditary. Abuse is not something that usually starts out of nowhere. It's something that builds as a pattern that comes down the generations, and so you, if you're suffering from it, are the last one, the most recent one to receive that. It's not fun, I know, but I want to make sure you get this point. The second piece of that is you can change the pattern. You can actually change the story by getting help. If you seek out a therapist or work with a coach or someone like myself who does a bit of both, get support to change that history, because the truth is that even though the pattern is hereditary, you can actually change your history internally, because what happened to you as a child does not have to impact you as an adult. You have the space to change the story in a way that allows you to, in a way, reparent yourself. Because if you didn't get the love you wanted from your parents the way you really want it, you can start giving the love to yourself as an adult now, so you can feel safe, nurtured, comfortable, and confident in the love you express. By doing that, you'll change how you love other people, and that will change your future relationships. So if you're single right now, and you don't want to carry that pattern from childhood into your adult relationships, and you haven't done anything about it, this is the perfect time to get the support you need. In fact, wouldn't it be nice to give yourself a Christmas present, since that's coming up next month, to go deep with a coach, a client, a counselor, somebody can help you, hint, hint, and get the help you need, so that by the time it gets to the end of the year, you're free of that history once and for all. This is not a pretty picture, I know, and this is not something I want to speak about as being something that I would say is a very pleasant story. And if you want to put comments or questions in below, you can do so. I'm not sure I'll be able to answer them in the space of this broadcast, but I want to just put this on the table. If you're watching my broadcast, this is number 177 of an ongoing series of talks I've done, as in 176 before this. Some of them go deep like this, and this topic about the metoo hashtag that started a few weeks ago now, I spoke to that at that time. This is a PS to that. It's also a reminder that abuse doesn't go away. Sexual harassment, sexual abuse, and what's coming up in the news is obviously more of that. For the women out there, I feel for you. Seriously, I do. I feel how unjustified it's been, and how I feel ashamed being a man in some ways, that other men don't get how important you are to be respected, to be honored, to be served. And it frustrates me, it hurts my heart when I have clients, when I have friends that have been through that. When a woman shares that she's been abused as a child, or she was raped or sexually harassed, my only response is I want to protect her, which is why I do what I do in my work. So that's one reason I do what I do, by the way. For many years it's been in my... I'm sorry, I want to talk about this. Well, yes. For many years I've felt helpless when I find out a friend of mine has been hurt or abused by a man, because I don't have the power to go and beat up the man necessarily. It's not my ideal to do that. But now with the training I've been through and the skills I have and the background I have, I hold a deeper space, and I have a passion to support women in being honored and respected and loved and self-loving, so that you don't settle for less than you deserve. Let me put that piece in. So I jumped ahead and back again. The challenge for a lot of women out there who've been abused, sexually speaking, is that the ability to love and trust themselves is not present. A missing piece as well is the fact you may not be able to love yourself comfortably, because you have this wound inside, this hurt, this judgment that you're not worthy, this judgment of the fact that you're less than, which is what a lot of women experience when they go through this abuse. Now, some of the stuff applies to men too, but I'm speaking to women in this particular case. So if men are watching this and getting this and know this one too from their own experience, you can go through the steps as well. So I've talked about this many times about self-love. Perhaps this is the most important place to apply it, because when you do love yourself, when you do take the time to really take care of yourself, your heart, your beingness, and you respect who you You start breaking the chains of that limiting behavior that's still running your life. So in my work with my clients, and just so you get a window into the work, a lot of work is about helping my clients attract what they want by having a vision and intention where they want to go. The challenge is that without healing their history, the baggage, the stuff they're running from the past, doesn't matter what they're aiming for, they're going to keep missing the target. Because the subconscious mind, the subconscious programming is stronger than the power of your intention. However, when that baggage, that subconscious programming is healed, is removed, is cleaned up, then the subconscious vision and subconscious mind and the vision you have will both be aligned, and you'll go exactly where you want to go. That's the power of healing. That's the power of transformation. It's the power of really getting your intention lined up with your truth and who you are, so that you work together to get where you want to go. So that was one. I want to make sure you get that piece in the conversation too. And part of that is to really love yourself, to forgive yourself, to appreciate yourself, and to love yourself through it. Because you may have an issue looking in the mirror and loving yourself when you see in the mirror that 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 15-year-old or older who was abused. It's time to let her know it's okay. It's time for you to love yourself and to love the little one inside who's still walking around with those wounds. Because you need her and she needs you. I sound like I'm talking about two people here, but I'm talking about your younger self and your adult self. To make peace with those parts, to love those parts, and to really honor who you are. First of all, it's needed. Secondly, you can do it. It's absolutely your right to do that. It's your responsibility to take up your space, to own your space, and to love yourself. So these are a few little clues, few little insights, few little ideas I'm giving you to work with to step into your possibilities. As I said at the beginning, abuse is hereditary, but you can change the pattern because it's not up to you. Hey, nice to see you two in here. Yeah, you haven't seen my Periscope much, but you see my Facebook Live, so it's nice to see you on this side of the fence too. Sorry, rewind back to where I was. So, again, as I said, abuse, like other patterns, is a hereditary learned pattern, so it gets passed along by generation to generation to generation. If you choose, and I ask you do this, that you bring to your conscious presence how to change the cycle, to change the pattern, to love yourself and break that pattern once and for all, you won't have that pattern continue into future generations. If you're a parent, if you want to be a parent down the road, and your future relationship partners, as I said before, you don't want to be in a place where you're attracting a person who will keep abusing you, or someone that you'll keep abusing, because either one is what happens when you abuse as a child. Again, not a light topic. It's been a heavy one, but I wanted to get this stuff on the table because it's come up a couple of times with clients recently that I wanted to speak it to other. I wanted to share it with other people out here, women, men as well, because working one-on-one with clients is wonderful. But if I can plant a seed that may help somebody else out there who's not a client, or 1,000 people perhaps, who knows how many people watch this, then they will get the value too. And that for me is what I want to do, is make sure that you get the realization that if you've been abused, first of all, make sure you hear this from me. You deserve to be loved, to be honored, to be respected, and to really have a healing, to be whole, so that you can be a fully engaged person in your future relationships. That's a lot of the work I do with my clients. It's not just I'm not a matchmaker, I'm not a dating coach. My work is about the real deal. Loving yourself so you can love others the right way. And so that's why I'm called the Love Doctor, affectionately by my friends and clients. So I'm trying to figure out if I can take this to a light spot, because this was a deep topic when I went in deep in the trenches with this one. If you're watching this, I thank you for being with me through the whole talk. This is not an easy conversation. Let me end it by saying this. It's a reiteration as well. Yes, you've had your history. Yes, you may have had painful experiences as a child with your parents. You may have had a painful experience with a sibling or an uncle or an aunt or a neighbor even. But here's the thing. They don't have the right to control your destiny. That's up to you. And the more you separate yourself from those voices inside, those programs, those old beliefs, the sooner you can have the dreams you really desire. If you want that, I can help you. But the realization I want to make sure you get this is that you can have it. Whatever happened to you as a child does not have to stop you. Whatever happened from anybody, hurt, pain, suffering, endangerment, any of these things does not govern who you are. It might still run this show, but it doesn't have to. You can change that programming. And I trust by watching this, you may get some inspiration to do something about it. If you have, my work is done. As a quick recap, this is my Facebook Live that I do every day. This is number 177. Yes, 177 of Messages from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. You can find these all on my website, which is barryselby.com, where you can find my video blog where these live. You can also find my how to get in touch with me if you want to have a discovery session, as also my programs and coaching and everything else. These also live on my business page as Facebook Lives, and then I also repurpose them and put them onto YouTube, which is how to get to my website, which you can find on my YouTube channel, which is Barry Selby, and the playlist is Messages from the Masculine. Thank you for watching, by the way. This is a weekend broadcast, it's a bit more casual. I was going to put on a t-shirt, but I figured, no, I'll dress up a little bit nicer for a more formal talk right now. And thank you for watching. Thanks for being with me. And if you know anybody should watch this, please share this with them. This is not an easy topic, but you know some friends that you know have been through pain, suffering, hurt, or abuse. Perhaps this talk will help them. If it does, please share it with them. If you have any questions, reach out to me over social media. If you want to get some help, you can find me on my website. And if you have any questions, you want to comment below or post below, I appreciate that too. And that, I think, is about it. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being with me. I really appreciate your presence. And I'll be back again tomorrow with something different perhaps. We'll see. These are all different every day. That's the fun of doing these topics. They're spontaneous, live, and, so... Well, thank you. I'm glad you're talking about me all the time. I wasn't know if my ears were getting red. Thank you, and thanks for being in the conversation. I appreciate it. I'm glad you do what you do as well. And with that, I say thank you for watching, and please take care of yourselves. We need you. The world needs you. And the more you take care of yourselves, the better you're going to be for the rest of us. That's kind of a selfish ask, I guess. So with that, I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, and I wish you well.